When it comes to what's happening in Wayne County and the North Carolina area, look no further than Taylor House Publishing. If you have a story that needs to be told, please contact us via email at taylorhousepublishing@gmail.com.
So what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Richard Taylor, and I'm back with another video. And this video is somewhat of a somber nature. I just got word today that the last brother, if I'm not mistaken, of Jarman Seafood has unfortunately passed away. If I'm not mistaken, his name was Kim. But Jarman Seafood has been a staple in Goldsboro for a number of years. It's located at 510 North John Street. And somebody mentioned that they had saw a wreath on the door of the establishment. And then she later found out that the last living brother of the Jarman family has passed. Now, I don't know when he has passed. I did go by the restaurant myself. And as you can see from the picture, that there is a wreath on the door. Now, why is this important for me? I started fishing about 5 years ago, and I was staying in Virginia, but I would come home and I would go to Jarman Seafood, and they would cleanse my fish because they were so fast. Now, it would take me a long time to clean, hundreds of fish, but I would take them there. And they would clean the fish, and the brother, now I can't remember his name, whether it was Joe or John, and don't quote me on that. Y'all let me know the name in the comments. But he was the skinny fish cleaner who was always in the back, or if he wasn't in the back cleaning fish, he would be sitting in the recliner watching TV, and he'll see me come in with my big bag or my cooler, and he'll get up and go to the back, and I give him the fish, and he would clean the fish so quickly, right? And so one day, I think, and if I'm not mistaken, it was last year or maybe the end of 2022. But I went to get some fish cleaned, and the other brother, the heavyset brother, and I think his name is Kim. He said, "Well, yeah, I'm not cleaning any fish today. We're not cleaning any fish." I was like, "All right, well, where your brother? Where?" And he was like, "He's gone." And I was like, "Gone? What do you mean? Like he didn't come to work today?" He was like, "Nah, he died." And when he said that, I was like, "Oh wow," because I had probably just been like, a couple of weeks earlier and got some fish cleaned. So I was like, "Ah, man, how and I began to ask simple questions like how did he die or when did he die, and he told me, he was like, "Yeah, I found him." Evidently they lived together, and they was real close. And I noticed that when he started talking about him, and he started talking about some of the issues that his brother had or was suffering with, he began to tear up, and I took that as a sign of his sorrow, and I offered my sincere condolences and offered my compassions to him, and I took that also as a symbol of how much that he loved his brother. Evidently, once again, they lived together. They were really probably close, but he started to tear up, and to find out today that he possibly have passed, according to the information that I received, it sort of reminds me, or sort of alludes to the fact of brokenheartedness. I seen the pain and the hurt in the man's face when he was talking about his brother's death, and only a year later, if my math serves me correct, or if my timeline is correct, then he passed. Now, I know you've heard stories of, older couples who have been together for years and years, and then one of the mates passed, and not too longer after that, then the other mate, would pass. And so I began to think about it, and I liken this situation with the two brothers to that situation where two people have, lived together, they have been close, they've probably done everything together, they run a business together, and then when one of them is died, and they're, it's almost a part of yourself has died, a part of your heart has died, a part of your memory has died. So, and I just think back, to how, I used to talk to him, and I used to try to sell them fish when they didn't have fish, and he was like, "Nah, your fish too small," whatever. But he mentioned that, if I'm not mistaken, his father started the restaurant, and his him and his brother were going to carry on. And then I asked him one time, okay, well, who are y'all going to leave it to? And I think he said, well, I don't know, because nobody else in the family wants to do it. And so apparently now that decision may have to be made by family members. But if anybody knows Goldsboro, this is only one of maybe 2 or 3 fish markets, maybe only 2 that is in here. So everybody goes to get their fresh fish and getting them cleaned. And it was a few times that I would come back from Virginia, with a cooler full of fish, and they wouldn't have any fish for sale. And actually, they used to allow me to post up. I mean, I wouldn't say allow, but I mean, they couldn't help but to see what I was doing. So when people would pull up and go and get fish and realize that they didn't have any fish, they just had shrimp, then I would say, hey, I got a cooler full of fish right there. And, I would sell my fish right in the parking lot, and, they didn't give me a hard time about it. So, I don't know them personally, like we never went fishing together, but it's just that, that business relationship that you have with people on a common ground. Evidently they like fish, I like fish, so it's just it's sad, it's definitely eye opening, how one brother could die and then another brother would die approximately a year later. And I guess it would be, I guess, from a broken heart, because the pain and the tears that I saw, and I think I did a live about it when I found out about it that day. But the pain and hurt that I saw on, his brother's face, lets me know that, yeah, this is something that is very, 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 his brother's death was something that probably took a toll on him in the long run. But I do want to, offer my condolences to the Jarman family and their relatives. I just wanted to do this video because, I witnessed, the emotion on, I guess, Mr. Kim's face when he lost his brother. Then to see or hear that he had passed is, it just reminds me of that. So peace and blessings to everybody. You love life, love your loved ones while they're here. And, if anybody has more information that they want to share that I didn't get right, please call me 919-587-7782. Peace and love.